So, a complicated story, Joe, but basically what has happened here?
It does appear as if an IMF employee or employees were sent an email with an innocuous-looking click link, a URL as it's known as, and they clicked the link, and that seems to have activated this particular cyber attack because it allowed the outsider, which a lot of people are claiming is a nation-state, inside the cyber walls of the IMF. Now, it is very embarrassing for the IMF because the IMF is in possession of the most sensitive information pertaining to other countries. In Western Europe alone, they're dealing with Ireland, Portugal and Greece. In Eastern Europe, you've got Hungary, Ukraine and other countries that they're dealing with. That's just Europe. And it is the most sensitive information about countries, perhaps their plans to cut things, perhaps their plans to raise taxes on things, which they would never tell the likes of you and me, but those countries have told the IMF. So the fact that someone has wormed their way into the system to access the information is very embarrassing for the IMF. The IMF itself is not exactly going into detail. It admits that it has been a cyber incident, but they are not elaborating at all as to the nature of what was accessed or what was grabbed.
Well, that's the crux of it, though, isn't it? Who did it? Which foreign government, if it was one, or foreign entity, and what did they actually get?
Yeah, it is, absolutely. If it is a nation state, then that is part of the new type of competitive nature that goes on between countries. In the past, it was always war, and now we're looking at a 21st century type of war, a cyber war. And it's interesting, in the last few days, there's been a NATO cyber conference, and that conference was told by some senior IT people to prepare for cyber war between countries, whereby one country would use computers to access sensitive information and then use it against the country that they've just hacked. That's the new wave of wars, according to these IT experts at the NATO conference. But it does spell a very, very dangerous thing. If you ask the people of Estonia, for example, they will tell you that they have been victims of this cyber war. They claim that they were cyber attacked a few years ago by none other than their big neighbour next door in Russia.
OK. Joe, thank you.